We march ahead.
You look at the figure dressed in rags, and after some difficulty you recognize that it is an old mongrel. The few exposed areas of skin are covered in horrific burns, grotesque, twitching appendages that look like a cross between tentacles and umbilical cords are latched onto him. The mongrel gives a quiet groan. Who's there? It's been a long since I heard another living voice. We are on your side. Don't be afraid, old man. We are not going to hurt you. Who are you? I've been here so long I don't remember my own name. I lived in the caves beneath Canabres, but I was drawn to the surface, so one day my friend and I decided to venture up there. I was the only one who made it all the way, but then I emerged. I was made by a pack of inquisitors. They thought I was a demon. Burn the demon! Death to demons! Fire! All I can remember is fire. How blind we are! We judge by appearance when we do not even know what true beauty or true ugliness is. Oh, Shaylin, why did you not grant us empathy and insight? Forgive me, stranger, but you seem weak and I do not know how to help you. I think your death is near. Would you like to unburden your soul before it is sent to Pharasma? I will hear your confession. I've been waiting for my death for a long time. I've made my last confession to the silent walls of 1,000 times before, and I have nothing else to add now. But thank you for offering. If you were put to death by inquisitors, and not by buying a mob, they would have had to read out the charges. I would be interested to hear what they were. My face was my crime. I did not have to commit any atrocities to be thrown on the fire. Did Aleo do this to you? Aleo? Yes. I remember her. She took me from the fire. What was left of me? She brought me here. She treated my wounds. She took my blood for her experiments. Oh, mutations. But she went away, and I haven't seen her here in a long time. Lan, do you know him? Lan looks mournfully at his fellow mongrel. No, he clearly well over 40 years old. I've only seen 3 or 4 mongrels as old as this before. I fear he's beyond help in Kalalpala. He might not survive it if we free him. The old mongrel struggles to speak, his voice low whisper. Better to die. Free, lad. I can sense ambivalence of your deceitful soul. Confess what laws you have violated. The mongrel lips move silently, but in his indistinct mumbling you can discern Baphomet, veil my lie, truth. The old man laughs nervously. What laws could I have violated? Could it be that I didn't burn to death on the pyre when I was supposed to? You are a liar and a demon worshipper. Your fate is sealed. Curse you, all of you. The Inquisitors with the pyres, the Crusaders, the priests. Lord Bahamut will conquer Golarion, and then he will take every last one of you, and cut down by your blow, the old man doesn't get a chance to finish his threat.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Attack!
Retreat is not an option.
The light take you!
You won't survive me.
We shall overcome. Do not hold back.
Kneel before me.
No glory without risk! Nav, Aeon, Orma.
Begone, fiend! Endure this! Did you see that?
Strike as one. Contemplate on your mistakes. Our path leads on. Defeat is not an option.
Make every strike count.
Into the fray!
Attack!
This one's mine. Fall! You crossed the wrong mongrel.
This was simple enough.
A success worthy of praise.
The bodied in the murky liquid are likely remnants of unsuccessful experiment or of failed attempts to save them.
That is quite a discovery.
Can't hide from me.
We will win this war. Lead on. Call me again if you need to. It's just not my lucky day. This was simple enough.
Yet another obstacle.
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
You won't survive me.
We shall overcome.
Press the attack! I will bring down the divine wrath!
Na, Aeon, the light take you.
Do not hold back. Strike as one.
Retreat is not an option!
Into the fray.
Endure this! Kneel before me. Eternal Rose, I call upon you! Make every strike count.
Attack!
You require my counsel. Wise. do it.
I stand ready.
Anything new?
We are the light. They are the darkness.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
Begone, fiend! This one's mine! You won't survive me.
We shall overcome.
The light take you.
Fall!
Na, orma.
Press the attack. Endure this! Make every strike count.
Do not hold back. Strike as one.
Into the fray.
I will bring down the divine wrath!
Yes.
Retreat is not an option! You've crossed the wrong mongrel!
Attack!
No glory without risk.
Eternal Rose, I call upon you!
This condition is irrational.
Na, Aeon, orma.
Kneel before me! You won't survive me!
We shall overcome.
The Inheritor, guide my blade. Ormus.
Do not hold back.
Into the fray.
Begone, fiend! Your performance is lacking. You are lacking.
Seriously?
This one's mine. Endure this!
Strike as one.
The light take you!
I dedicate my body to science.
Amrata Gratio.
The Inheritor, guide my blade! Yes.
Make every strike count.
Attack!
Into the fray! I'm done with you!
Fall! You've crossed the wrong mongrel. I will lend you my aid.
I'm always open to
Search for
ideas.
the beauty with your heart.
I'm ready to move out.
This was simple enough.
The chaos does not look like the results of anything as deliberate and controlled as a search. It is more likely that there was a fight here or that everything was simply smashed. The letter written on a decrepit paper are Sarkonian. Greetings, brother and sister in magic. If this message has fallen into your hands, then you, like me, practice arcane magic, disregarding the unjust and ruthless laws of our homeland. Nature has bestowed upon you a gift, allowing you to perform a beautiful and wonderful deeds, which are rewarded only with persecution and suppression. Far too many innocent, talented people have been forced to hide like criminals, to live in fear and shield themselves with lies. Brothers and sisters, we have lived for too long under the yoke of outdated and misguided tradition. Enough is enough. The time for rebellion is now. The thaw of our resistance has come. Let us rally our ranks, bluster the courage in our hearts, and speak out. Our voices must be heard. Are you not tired of living in fear? or jumping at every rustle in at night. It doesn't have to be this way. Together we can make the elders reckon with us. Together we can put an end to the tyranny rule over us. Let them accept us and see us as people. Or if they try to subdue us by force as before, let them prepare to feel our pushback. We will force them to overrun the meaningless, superstitious ban or arcane magic. We will make them see us as people, not as evil witches. We will destroy the cursed prison of Threshold and set free the innocent within, doomed to wretch and adjust. Threshold. We destroy the cursed prison of Threshold and set free the innocent within, doomed and wretches and unjust imprisonment. We will save Sarcosis, but only together. I therefore urge anyone and everyone to whom freedom is worth rebelling and fighting to join our alliance. Your brother in magic. Open. The commander and her army walk up to the high bank of the West Selene River, where it draws near the border of the Wardwood. The soldier feet halt unbidden. On the other bank rises a series of cliffs, too irregular in shape to have been formed by wind or water. The sky hangs over the sharp edges and sickening bends, the shade of Mercury on the horizon rising to dirty rust. As it arches above the soldier's head, it rains its familiar azure hue. The fog enveloping you seem at once as thick as soup, yet almost transparent. Strange silhouettes emerge in the fog. You blink and you see someone standing next to you. Blink again and there is no one there. Voices can be heard in the fog, young and old, men and women, loud and barely audible. They say disconnected perhaps, but not in unison. One voice may start a word, then another voice finishes it. Closer, closer. Come this way. With us. You won't be alone. Why aren't you coming?
Why can we see you?
Who are you? Who are you? Begone, illusion! Powers rolls within you, bursting free, piercing through the eerie fog and hurling forward to the source of it and slam into it. You hear the howl of many voices. Then the fog dissipates and the voices subside.
Without a doubt.
Brother, it's going to be much longer. I feel like my whole body is asleep. One more minute, Trevor, and your torment will be over. How many years I have been asking you to sit for a portrait? 5? 10? The vision dissipates. Social smiles sadly. It was just an illusion, but such a pleasant one. What was that? Some kind of demonic attack. Demons are skilled at preying into our souls, you know. You don't have to look very deep into mine. I can't help but think of my brother, especially in a terrible place like this. They simply extracted a dream, I suppose. My dearest wish. Of course, we need to find the others. I don't like encountering illusion in a place like this, and not everyone has the fortitude to view them with clear eyes.
Forwards.
Scylla, how many times do I have to tell you? Slow down. With you, it's always act first, think later. I'm not doing no purpose, Asemi. I swear. I know you are not doing no purpose. I know. So now, let's try it and move again. Scylla's dark eyes are filled with tears. She blinks them away. Scylla, are you alright? Everything was different for a moment. My life was different. As if Asemi, the paladin who died because of me, was still alive. She trained me and we traveled all over. And so much happened. Scylla grits her teeth. It was an illusion. Let's just drop it. Should we go? Yes.
We march ahead.
Predictable. Regid gives you a sniff note. Commander, what happened to you? To me? Nothing. I assume an attempt was made to invade my mind, to extract some secret urge of passions. Thankfully, like any other good officer, I possess none of those things. Let's go. We're ready and then some. I insist that we move over without delay. We must find whatever it is that's trying to influence us. Course set for the Pearl Bay. Have anchor, raise a sail. If you want to eat your dinner under palm trees on solid ground, we better get a move on, lads. Aye aye, Captain. Lon. The illusion vanishes. Lon shook his head in amazement, then with a mixture of shame and irritation, he burst out. What? What the hell was that? Where did it come from? Why? What was that? Lam frowns, then drops his head and mutters, My mom told me all kind of stories when I was a kid. You know, about pirates and the like. One times all three of us even played pirates together. Me, my mom, and my dad. I was the captain. Stupid, I know. Truth is, I never even seen the sea. This place is foul, and the vision in this is foul too. Kitten scientist in the Golarion, your addendum 120 of volume 5 of the encyclopedia has caused a furor across all the scholarly forums of Absalom. I'm delighted to observe your scientific work. When we can expect your next publication? Very soon, by the end of the year at least. I am making correction to my 6th and 18th addenda to the 3rd volume of the encyclopedia, and then I plan to rewrite the 1st volume in its entirety. I already have a slew of revisions I wish to make. The vision dissipates. Hey, wait, Mr. Journalist, where did you go? My correction. Nina looks over at you, to the articles, and the addenda, and the paragraphs, she sighs. In your vision, it seems that your work on the encyclopedia goes on forever. But a preposterous notion, and it's not even true. I'm writing the encyclopedia for all the Golarion, for the students who will follow in my footsteps, for the professors who have limited opportunities to conduct their own experiments. I simply must finish it and get it published. Tinkering with forever, adding more and more, that would be purest vanity. I'm not like that at all. Yes, it's a moment. I need to get rid of the ridiculous memory. She wrinkles her nose, rubs her hands over her forehead and loudly exhales. Don, I'm ready to go. Come to think of it, what am I doing here? Ah yes, I'm following the girl.
Meditate on your mistakes. Might make you feel better.
You require my unbiased opinion?
Enemies in my home, I won't let you pass the threshold. My queen, I shall save you from the beasts. The prey has fallen right into my lap. If I kill you, my name will be on everyone's lips.
Take that!
You won't survive me. Is this a mock fight?
The light take you!
I will bring down the divine wrath. Press the attack!
We shall overcome!
Endure this! Make every strike count!
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
Eternal Rose, I call upon you! Retreat is not an option!
You should have listened to reason.
Do not hold back.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel!
Into the fray!
Begone, fiend! Kneel before me!
I'll remove this obstacle.
Strike as one.
Beneath the top layer of the quivering red mash, you can make out the features of the various demons. An eyeless Illithu opens his mouth in a silent scream. A pain Najai wriggles its multi-joint limbs, broken tails and wings trembling. All of it is connected, fused into a single whole, and this whole twitches convulsively as you approach. You hear voices, the same ones that called to you in the fog. I dwindle, I gasp for breath. The creature, this entity composed of many, it is direct challenge to the universe itself. Its existence, just like of its creators Volesh, must be ended. Who are you? Now nothing. You killed, ruined. But you, what are you? The voices are unleashed and draw out shriek like a death cry. Now you can be at peace. The voices in your head subdue. The unpleasant sensation of our alien presence also disappears.
It went splendidly.
This medley of flesh and limbs of various demons seem like a single organism, the result of some monstrous experiments.
Our path leads on.
Day 4, Farast, 4632. Experiment, wounded demons. Subject, a Lilitu and several lesser demons maimed in battle with crusaders. The fusing of body parts of different life forms has been done many times before, and is of no interest to me. The focus of this experiment is the fusing of souls. Desired result, to preserve the specific abilities of the donor subjects in the final fused entity. The idea is promising and may influence my other research.
Oh no, stupid Suchu, he forgot. He clean forgot. We have abyss barrier in this place. Demons can cross them, but others can't. Clever. But you can get through if you have the key. Here, take this. The lock has been battered by some desperate effort to open it, but the door is still shut.
I will guide us.
Kalapala sent me. Nura, the historian, emerges from the unexpected suggestions from behind the commander's back. This is just the sort of situation where ingenuity and knowledge of the enemy would be more useful than the sword and armor. While she speaks, she thinks, I need to prove myself. A ripped book lies in the center of the room. Beneath the title is a large letters, Lexicon of Paradox. Are lines of text written in hasty, bold script. A shimmering purple haze raises from its pages. You are about to step over the threshold when the gaze glow brightens. The power within you responds, rolling in agitation, but you feel no sense of danger, rather its thought. You are experiencing a chemical reaction to this unknown phenomenon. Take the book now, it will serve me. Your fingers barely graze the book when the purple glow flares brightly and a series of inscription, diagrams and sketches flash by, imprinting themselves in your memory as if you were known them forever. Power fills you, just with as wrathful and overwhelming as this battle for the Wardstone in the moment you acquire the Sword of Valor.
Discari's here. Discari himself. Blimey! One minute we had a dragon, the next, bam, she was gone. What are you gonna do? Fight or flee? If fleeing's your plan, let me help you out. I've got a scroll here with a good protective spell. Sure thing. Here, take this. Best crossbow I've got. The person who made it said it could pierce the hide of a demon lord even. Good luck! Try not to get eaten now!
Yes, very good. A dose of bravery or a bit of honor. It could be nothing else. Or perhaps her instincts are hinting.
Milady, this creature is about to die. Shouldn't you... Ah, you got here at last. And you took Lydia Rilu's gift. She left it for you, she did. I made sure the gift was safely delivered. And now, I can return to my lady.
Why did Aleo needed someone to shoot the Scary back in Calabres?
He needed to spill his blood. The blood of a demon lord is a powerful thing and very useful, you see. It's a priceless reagent. You can make so many things out of it. A wondrous blade, for example, that can turn even a wardstone to dust.
You can go, but let your mister know. I will come for her sooner or later.
I'll tell her. Don't worry.
Together we stand.
Rely on me.
Every last object in this spacious chamber seems to rhythm with secrets of forbidden power. This appears to be heart of the laboratory.
Day 28. Cullis drill. 4606. Experiment. Transformation. Subject. Arilu Vorlesh. human female with a clear affinity for arcane magic. Objective: to fuse a mortal soul with the essence of the abyss. Predicted result: the formation of a full-fledged half-demon on the basis of a mortal being. Potential risks unknown. The death of the subject is extremely likely. I will continue to monitor the experiment for as long as I can. Day 20, Farast 4606. Experiment, the suture. Subject, former Arachne subjected to extreme exposure when passing through the world wound. As a result of this exposure, the demon was reborn as a Dretch, a unique event in demonology. The reborn demon also acquired serious malformations, which did not respond to standard treatment methods. Objective: to assess the threat to other demons to stabilize passage through the world wound. The survival of the subject is also desirable for the purposes of further observation. Well, well. It seems that someone has been meddling with my projector without permission. Again. How many times have I told you not to do that, I made this recording for the sole purpose of telling you that when I return, I shall be very, very angry.
Without a doubt.
Uncertain light twinkles from the crystal. Lines of mysterious magical patterns spread out around it.
magics should be used in other ways.
You won't survive me. I can still fight.
The light, take you!
This one's mine!
Attack!
Endure this!
Amranda Gratio.
We shall overcome.
Make every strike count. Press the attack.
Do not hold back. Strike as one.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
No glory without risk!
Retreat is not an option. Are we in trouble yet? Has suffered enough.
Magritio Purinos.
The body appears to have been created from the essence of the abyss and reinforced with spells repelling any living creatures not of the dark plane. You see a beautiful silver-haired woman whose face displays unusual heavenly tranquility. Now you can get a good look at her wings. One looks strong and is covered in white feathers, just as you would expect of an angel. But the other wing, it looks like a framework of mismatched bones with a grimly purple substance stretched across instead of webbing, and it is covered in something akin to scabs or strange scales. You discern the undeniable work of demonic magic in the strange artificial wing, an angel corrupted and refashioned by the forces of the abyss. What could be more unnatural? The angel awakens and expectantly inclines her head in greetings. I do not know what you are, stranger, but thank you for freeing me. I am Targona, blade of Ayomide, heavenly host. My capacity, though I was ignorant of it, lasted so long. How did you end up here? I was brought here from the brink of death. I had been fighting the Baron Darazad alongside a troop of crusaders when we were struck by the echo of Discari, a demon of terrifying power and cunning and an old enemy of mine. All my comrades perished, and the two demons set upon me like predators savaging a bird. The echo ripped off my wing and left me to die among the bodies of those I failed to protect. And then she appeared, the architect of the Wardwood, the angel gates darkness. Sometimes I am amazed at the vast power, terrifying or benevolent, that can reside in a mortal. However, Arleo is no longer mortal. She brought me here, she treated me, as much as she could, or as much as she deemed necessary. I can hardly remember those first days in the laboratory. Pain, strange magic, purple flames flickering around me. Arleo spent hours casting spells over me. I was chained the whole time, that I was too weak to fight or flee. There was nothing else for me to do but to talk to her and to try to glimpse inside that black soul. I don't know what I hoped to find there. Perhaps the smaller glimmer of light, hope that all this could be remedied. All I saw was twilight, a veil of arrogance and secrets that Arleo used to keep herself separate from the world. Her thoughts were occupied by some grand experiment. I was of little interest or comparison. When she had finished her work, she put me into a deep sleep. A healing sleep, she said. It was necessary to allow my new, abominable wing to settle in. I have been in sleep until now. What grand experiment was Arleo planning when she captured you? She wanted to perfect her accursed wound, the second opponent, as she called it. The rift was to be larger and more stable, opening a road to Golarion from the Abyss realms. What shocked me was that she talked about the disastrous consequences of her plan with total equanimity, as though they were minor details that were but a distraction from the experiment itself. I also know that her experiment required a mortal soul, perhaps as a sacrifice in some dark rite that would siphon the mortal's life force and use it for preserve and perverse ends. I heard, or rather pieced together from what I overheard, that the soul belonged to a child. Arleo, like many demons and demonic spellcasters, has the ability to wrest soul from the bodies and contains them in special vessels. The vessel containing that soul was delivered to a laboratory soon after I was brought here. Arleo was unusually distracted that day. She talked to me more than usual. That's when I learned the detail of her plan. I was aghast when I realized that she was discussing the soul of a child, a soul which she likely wishes to sacrifice. I cannot describe the horror I felt. What is wrong with your wing? It is the work of Arleo. The wing is fully functional. Its creator isn't known as the architect for nothing, but it frightens me. There is more of the abyss in this wing than the eyes of an enraged Bala. My lady, I am but a humble cleric, and it is likely beyond my powers to heal the heinous injury that done to you, but I could not look at how they desecrated your perfect beauty and not say something. Please allow me to try at least to repair it. The angel only smiles sadly in response. You have a pure heart and good intention, but what was done to me is beyond the power of even angels to undo. If I were you or your comrades, Angel, I would immediately order that the demonic wing be amputated. If it is corruption that has been placed inside you, the consequences of that will be inescapable. You may be right, Knight, and my superiors in heaven may take the same decision. Ballers with the abyss in their eyes, how unscientific. I would have been pleased if she sent me anything at all. Finn's voice trembles. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry this happened to her. It's terrible. She should never have been. No living creature should ever been treated like this. Why did you get out of here or summon the warriors of heaven to help you? Even the goddess cannot hear me within these walls, this place. It belongs to the abyss, not the material plane. I could not call for help, only pray for a miracle. Perhaps your arrival is the answer to the prayer. Can you tell me anything about this place? I only know a little. Aleo once let it slip that this refuge is where she wrote the Lexicon of Paradox, the book of dark magic containing the secrets to the world-wound creation. That means this place is older than the wound itself. Aleo must have created it, at least part of it, before the great atrocity. I was astonished at the strange way she seemed to speak of this laboratory. It was as if she despised this place, yet she tried not to show it. There was a moment when I wondered if this hatred was a sign of her contrition, but I was mistaken. Aleo Volesh is incapable of feeling contrite, even for a heartbeat. She is like a tempest hurling forward and sweeping aside everything in its path. The grotesque work of the power of the abyss, implanted into a creature of heaven, this is a crime against the cosmic order. I must rid you of it. A shallow flint across the angel face. And consider this, a servant of light cannot accept the gift of darkness, but I also know that I will not receive a healthy new wing unless the goddess herself grants such a mercy. The demon who did this to me is much more powerful. Once she decides to make something, it can never be restored. I believe this is the test for me, a hard test, but a necessary one. If you believe that I am guilty of weakness, and that this profane gift must be destroyed, ask as she sees fit. Gianna lowers her head. This isn't a punishment, but a purification. The angel screams in pain and falls to her knees, but then she raises again. She reaches up to touch the place where the wing used to be, but then wrenches her hand away. I thank you, Judge. I can seal the way out. You're free. Free? Then let's leave here at once. May the life of Iomide be with you. I can't believe I'm going to see Sky again. What's time is after. The haze begins to fade away, allowing you to see more clearly. At first it seems as though nothing has changed. You are in the same room that you were in before, but little by little you begin to notice the differences. Items that weren't there, things that look on you. And you are no longer alone. Before you stand Alev Valesh, the Triskis Strait of Golorian. She looks at you with surprise, and then immediately she shoots a quick glance at the closed door. Is she waiting for help? Will she try to run? Your companions look as stricken by what happens as Alev herself. I feel a bit dizzy, and look, there is that witch. Alev Valesh, you will pay for opening the world wound. The world wound? What is that? You must be looking for someone else. Then again, you do know my name. Curious. You do not get a chance to answer. You find yourself unable to move as a powerful force seizes you and drags you from the distortion into the eternal darkness.
Our path leads on.
The ore mines of Escozis stopped operating long ago. The oil shafts are either collapsed or inhabited by creatures one would prefer not to meet.
I wonder if a ringing effect similar to a bell is produced inside the helmet of Iomede's herald when the phrase "in the name of Iomede" is exclaimed. This hypothesis requires its own experiment. I need a bucket.
The unit that was moved towards Dresden but fell under the succubi charms has been defeated. Any survivors will be handed over to the priestess to cleanse the souls. The dead shall be laid to rest. Only the succubi who committed the villainous act were chopped into pieces and dishonorably burned.
Together we stand.
We will win this war.
Speak with your actions.
Doubt is the heart's
not
greatest
your words.
challenge.
Amrondo. Inimosi Travisi. Inimosi Travisi. Inimosi Travisi. Inimosi Travisi. Inimosi Travisi.
Let me help.
Inimosi Travisi. Inimosi Travisi. Aparan Center.
Anything new?
Esmith, Axis, yes. Esmith, Axis, yes. Nav, Air, Order.
They will break against our resolve.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
Attack!
Begone, fiend!
Are, Tir, Gom.
Retreat is not an option. You won't survive me. To the end.
The light, take you! Into the fray!
We shall overcome!
Fall!
Are, Tir, Gom.
Kneel before me. Endure this!
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
Do not hold back! We march ahead.
Judging by the insignia, this man was a member of the Blackstone Company, one of the many soldiers of fortune. Judging by how the dust there is on stone fractures, the rock slides, the fairly new, the cave ceiling must have collapsed only a short time ago.
Our path leads on.
It went splendidly.
No wild beast would have ripped apart the bodies of these soldiers with such savagery. This is surely the work of demons.
A success worthy of praise.
The expert is fire magic clearly took part in this battle.
I will guide us.
The dead man's in from business.
Without a doubt.
The mongrel did it.
The warrior was slain, presumably by the mage who attacked him with sword strike, banish spells. Giant village has been founded. While exploring Seconia's lands, a group of scouts stumbles upon a hidden settlement of exiles, runaway witches and sorcerers practicing forbidden rituals. Criminals in their homeland, they did not welcome the commander's soldiers and made it clear that they did not want anyone meddling in their affairs. Destroy the settlements. I need some leadership experience points. The commander troops burn the settlement to the ground. Not a single holy sorcerer survived. The warrior now realizes that this fate awaits anyone who dares practice forbidden arts. A true Aeon has no weaknesses. You also must banish weakness from yourself because you are the essence of the crusade, its anchoring point. But to banish weakness, you must first uncover it. Where does it originate? From an untrained mind that is akin to the waters of a murky pond and cannot comprehend the difference between right and wrong? How the world should be ordered, or the principles from which one must never deviate? Or does it spring from the physical vulnerability and the suffering of the flesh, akin to blade untempted by the flames? Both weaken the resolve of mortals, drive them to vice, and cloud the clarity of purpose. How can you start to heal yourself and your soldiers from the place of weakness? Ponder the matter for a while. Every soul holds the chaos of contradiction, akin to the struggle between raging waves and roaring flames. Water crashes down upon fire, making it hiss and die, and yet the water itself dies, turning to steam. A soul is stormed by contradictions, locked in an eternal conflict with itself. But if one were to follow a certain path, they could achieve order and harmony. It matters not whether the soul is filled with a steady, bright and powerful flame, or resembles a crystal clear pond that reflects the stars above. All matters is order. How does overcoming my weakness make my soldiers stronger? The warrior follows your example. They strive to be like you in the judgments and the habits. If you start spending more time with the priests and in meditation, clearing the whirlpool of your thoughts, your soldiers will also start to improve their mind. If you join the monks every morning, relentlessly tempering your body in the fires of daily training, your soldier will start a similar regime. Your actions matter more than you realize. Weakness springs from the mind. Thought will be pure as spring water. Once you make this difficult decision, everything starts to seem simple and clear. Soldiers must have free access to temples to speak with the priestess. You must also have access to sight to meditate. If this mind is weak, you must make it strong. You feel that you are one step closer to what you see in the mirror. There is unusual spring in her succubus step today, and she has a mysterious smile on her lips that you can't recall seeing before. Oh, Desna, something truly miraculous happened to me. If only you knew. Tell me so I know. You can't even imagine. I don't know where to begin. I used to, and now I'm... No, wait. This doesn't feel right. Look, Lucia takes a few deep breaths, trying to calm down. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have barged in like this. We need to talk one-on-one. I'll be waiting for you at the tavern. The succubus runs off without giving you a chance to say a word.
We march ahead.
Find out what happened at Lelu laboratory. Aleu you saw in the distortion was without a doubt an Aleu from the past. An Aeon can travel through time, for some imbalance extend far back into the past. In order to root out such imbalances, one must travel back to the decisive moment that changed the course of events. As an Aeon, you have necessary strength to slip through the veil of time, but will it be enough to correct what needs to be corrected? There is only one way to find out. Your actions send the multiverse into motion, and a new distortion shines out from the darkness like an icy crystal. You see clearly as the map of the land has been spread out before you. Dresden. The mirror is silent, there is something in your reflection.
What is it like to kiss a lover and feel the strength leave his body? To feel his life slowly fade away? To feel his pleasure morph into pain?
It is horrific, and not at all as poetic as you make it sound.
Lan rubs the reptile side of his face, picking at the scales with his claw. That is, Commander. I can't do it anymore. I'm not a chief. What happened? I can't handle it. I thought that my people carry to you, but it turns out it's me. I just don't know how to make the right decision. Let's try to figure out how to deal with your problems. Alright, first of all, the smart mongrels keep ambushing me with attacks. They want to get my title or something. I don't know what's going through their heads, but I'm tired of it. My second problem, they obey me when I'm in front of them, but when I'm not, they have no discipline. People from the camp keep complaining. The third problem, I'm seriously afraid the soldiers might try to kill them. Tensions are running pretty high. Okay, the first problem. If anyone else ambushes me, I won't be held responsible for my actions. Maybe I should be bite someone's nose off. Will they give her a rest then? Just be patient. In the end they realize it's useless and settle down. Sounds like a plan. It should at least be considered. Damn it, I was hoping my problems were unsolvable. Second. How can you teach discipline to mongrels who behave worse than wild animals? Do I need to train them using sugar lumps as an incentive? Let one of your training surgeons train them. Our surgeons won't put up with any nonsense. That easy, eh? But maybe I could really work. Fine, I admit it. I just didn't want to think about all this. My head is spinning. Mongrels fighting other soldiers isn't good for anyone. I don't want a massacre on my hand, but maybe there's no other way. Send the most eager ones to the wound. Let them fight some demons and blow some steam. I'll still worry about them, but I guess that's what it means to be a chief, right? Nothing to it. Here's a lesson from one commander to another. Don't be afraid of making your own decision, but know that you can always talk to me. Lan signs. Alright, lesson learned. I'll try to be good as you. It's not the poor folks' fault they got stuck with the most useless chief in Ongolarian, and maybe the adjacent planes too. A chief who is extraordinarily bad, I'd say.
Our path leads on.
found the missing scout, they are dead. Scudder lowers his head and says nothing. After a while he nods suddenly. Well, we are at war. Thank you for discovering the fate. What exactly happened to them? The soldiers were ambushed by demons and a powerful fire spellcaster. Curse. I instructed my men how to act in case of an unexpected attack. The trap must have been prepared for a tactical genius by a tactical genius. Essence power. This item belongs to someone truly powerful. It was created as a gift. It's so hazy. I would like to learn this story, but I would like too much to receive such a mighty relic. If you can get 5 vials of magic essence, 2 bars of iron corn, 2 vials of blood demon, and 3 skin of magical creatures, I will try to restore it.
I will.
My watch goes on. Greetings, champion. Greetings and thank you for saving my heavenly sister in arms. Targona has returned to us. What joyous news. Zanti told me of a demonic barrier hidden beneath Aeon, a symbol in the center of the city. I encountered a similar demonic barrier in Alev laboratory and was able to breach it. I can open this barrier too. All you will have to do is protect the city from the blast. I'm impressed by your many gift, champion. Together we shall open the passage and protect the city, and then we shall burn the midnight fane with the cleansing fire of righteousness. But first we must gather our strength. I shall send Queen Garfield for help. May be necessary when we reach the dark bastion of the abyss. The Queen will heal Michael and arrive quickly within a month. You must use this time to prepare the attack for Fane. You feel the bitter cold of the strange haze that surrounds the gate, just as you did in our Volish laboratory. Though the distortion, you can see the gates of Dresden and fear muffled voices. The distortion is trying to draw you in, but you are ready to resist the pull. As you look closer, you can see a tall outline of a figure, possibly an elf or a human, but there is something strange happening to this figure. It is changing and distorting. Sometimes horns sprout from the figure and then disappear again, as if it's trying to contain or conceal its true shape. Instinctively, you sense that this creature is dangerous. Go inside. You can't resist the force pulling you into the distortion. The past and the present collide, creating a vortex of energy that consumes you. Where is this simpleton? How long do I have to wait for him? And who the hell is this? Behind the guise of beautiful woman, you can clearly see Minago's eyeless face. She raises her hand to cast a spell by a unit of knights coming through the gate. To battle, my friends! The gods are with us. Today we will gain a long-awaited victory for the crusade. You barely recognize Stanton. There is a cheerful smile on his young face. And there is a hope in his eyes instead of dark despair. He doesn't notice you, his eyes are locked on Minago. Darling, at last, with this banner we are invincible, let's go. The great deed you did today will never be forgotten. Every cluster will know your name, and the queen herself will reward you. You see past the illusion, demons disguised as crusaders sneer mockingly. Will you have enough power to help Stanton to see the truth? If you can convince Stanton to believe you, you are sure you can temporarily give him the sight to see truth for himself. Don't you know this banner works? Don't you know how this banner works? The moment you take this. Really? I was told it's not about the banner. Aren't the demons repelled by the fighting spirit of the city of righteous defenders? Stanton looks at Minago with hesitation. Don't listen to her. It's all a lie. She's a demon trying to corrupt you. Looks like it. Stanton glowers at you, clenching the holy symbol that hangs around his neck. In the name of Thorax, state your purpose. Answer me. Who are you and why have you come here? I'm the one who will lead the 5th Crusade. The 2nd Crusade fails because of you. The 5th? But how? You mean you are doomed to fail time and time again? And it's all my fault? Shut your lying mouth. Don't you poison him against me. Stanton, light of my life, don't listen to this scum. Let's kill her and keep going. Great deeds await. I trusted you. Stanton Grimm's voice breaks. I trusted you, I loved you, and you were lying to me all this time? You wanted to set me up so that I'd fall and take Dresden with me? Who are you really? No, no, I can't believe you are going to fall for the lies of the scum. I never deceived you, my sweet. I loved you so much. Stanton Vane, accept this gift of Aeon and behold the truth with your own eyes. The dwarf eyes are filled with radiant light, just for a moment, but it's enough. He looks at Minago and her entourage, and an exclamation bursts from his lips that is completely inappropriate for a paladin. Another moment passes, and his weapon is in his hand. Torag saved me. Stanton makes a sign of blessing. Brothers and sisters, it's a trap. These are the demons. Kill them! Protect the banner! You hear a low rumble. It is the flow of time changing its course, slowly and reluctantly. You are able to change the past. Everything was as it should have been. Everything is as it should be. Everything will be as it should. Commander! So it really was you, on this very spot 70 years ago. Battle-hardened and weathered by time, Stanton's hands are covered in scars and wrinkles like his forehead, but his eyes shine with hope as brightly as did in youth. The commander of the Fifth Crusade, back then it sounded like a cruel joke, but time has passed and here you are, leading the Crusader army. Anyway, in all the confession, I never got the time to take you aside and thank you. Not for what you did for Dresden or the Crusade, but for what you did for me. What happened after that night? We returned the banner to its rightful place. I confessed what I did. I thought I was sure to be stripped of my rank and sent to condemn, but at least my conscience would be clean. But that's not what happened. I became a hero, can you imagine? Everyone was praising me for how I defeated Minago in battle. They rewarded me, promised me. In the end, I became the warden of the fortress. But then everything went downhill. The Second Crusade was different from the first. The first time we fought scattered groups of demons from the little cracks between the worlds. The second time, the crack had split apart into a gaping hole, and an entire army poured out of it. We were retreating, giving up mile after mile to them. Soon it was clear we didn't have a chance, not just of a quick victory, but even of saving what was left of Sarkosis. If Iomide hadn't created a magic barrier around the wound to stop onslaught of demons, the rest of the world would have followed Sarkosis. In the midst of this nightmare, Dresden stood, an indestructible citadel, but soon it turned into a tiny enclave of crusaders deep within enemy territory. The banner and our bravery kept demons outside the walls, and the Queen's support kept us alive and fed, but a counterattack was out of the question. This is until the day you brought the Fifth Crusade army to the city walls and lifted the decades-long siege. The world has changed, and you sense that you and your companions are the only ones who remember events as they previously were. The reason for this, your power as Aeon. Why are you telling me this now? I wasn't completely sure. I was waiting. That night I felt something inexplicable. It was like the rumble of a mountain beginning to move. A sound you hear before an earthquake with your bones, not with your ears. For a moment I felt the movement not of rock and earth, but of time itself. Back then I didn't understand what it meant, but now, at this very moment, I have the same feeling. You've just been there, haven't you? 70 years have passed since you unite. You tried to convince a young idiot not to make the worst mistake of his life. But not for you, Stanton gaze sweeps over you in that dimension. Your memory, not perfect, but I swear even the wrinkles on your clothes look the same as they did that night. So you understand what I did? Yes, And no, I know only thing that matters, Commander Kalapala, can work miracles. I spent many sleepless nights thinking about what you did. Was it really possible that you had come from some dreadful future where Dresden had fallen? That you had traveled to the past in order to stop it from happening? If so, what was it like in that world? Did I disappear forever, or does it still exist, or did I still exist somehow? I finally realized that it didn't matter. A miracle is a miracle. You performed one for me, and I'm grateful. Did Banon and Drazov fight in the battle? Was he attacked by the dwarf named Greybow? Darazad? Yes. He was among those lying siege to the city. A dwarf named Greybow wounded him severely and forced him to flee. It's been a long time since I've been such a daring and well-executed attack. So what do you know about me? When the demon attacked Canabres, they were hoping to put an end to the Crusades. They planned on attacking the ward stone of Canabres and using it to destroy the entire magical barrier around the ward wound. The dirty plan would have worked if it wasn't for the hero who stood in their way, you. You reclaimed the ward stone, you made the demons leave Canabres, Queen Galfrey appointed you the commander of the 5th Crusade. They say Ayamida herself guided you in battle, and you perform real miracles in her name. Well, I don't know about the goddess, but I've seen your miracles with my real eyes. You came to the walls of Dresden and lifted the siege. You did what the entire Mendevian army couldn't do for decades. You scared the demons away from the walls. Now the city is your capital, and your armies crusading the demons on your fronts. After the liberation of Dresden, Ayami the Holy Banner, the Sword of Valor, started to change, as if acknowledged your rule over it. Many deemed this to be a good sign. What do you know about Sukubu's name, Arashunlei? A little. I put her in prison, put a lock on the door, and that's the end of it. What else was I supposed to do? A demon came to my gates and started spinning stories about her repentance. Desna followers defended her, otherwise she would have ended up on a choking block. It is not for me to tell what to do, Commander. If you get her out of prison, I'm sure you had the reasons. But mark my words, these lying beasts are not to be trusted. I trusted one, and you know what that ended. This is no other than the others. She could be covered in holy symbols from horn to hoof, and I still not trust her. What will you do next? Serve, the dwarf saying simply. Serve you and the crusade. That night, when you let me see the world through your eyes, just for a moment, I saw the true nature of these demons, but I also saw how this world is organized, and what my place is within. I will serve here, and I will die here. Stanton gives you a salute, and walks away. As you follow the dwarf with your eyes, you feel the burden of time weigh heavily on your shoulders. You did what you intended, and yet how little has changed. The curse of times has been altered, but only a little. Can anything truly be changed? What if it was as it was? It is what it is, and it will be as it will be. Or is there a way to make everything it should be, and you just haven't found it yet? The hood of Krunchnik's cloak is lower even more than usual, with his body frozen as if he were trying to merge with the wall. Finding one little goblin in such a big fortress couldn't have been an easy feat, but you succeeded. Krunchnik drops his forehead, warning his worried expression. Listen, do you know anything about interpreting dreams? I had a profound weird dream recently. My brain almost exploded when I tried to think about it. Go on then. So this is my dream. I awaken in the morning and see that I'm alone. Everyone else is gone. The Crusaders are gone. The demons are still here, of course. They are running everything, even in my dreams. And I feel lost and I don't know what to do. Do I cut my wrist, run away somewhere, or bend the knee to my enemies?
What did I dream that? Christian scratches the back of his head pensively and turns to you. What about you? What would you do in a situation like this? If you were left all alone? If your friends fled or betrayed you? If you had no one to rely on? What's the way out of the situation? I would take my weapons and go to my death rather than disgrace myself. Without bothering to restrain himself, the kobold snorts loudly. Well, I would never do such a stupid thing, even in a dream. You do realize that all these grand acts of self-sacrifice are just a lawful way for righteousness knights to flee from the troubles, don't you? It's really just glorified desertion. You should always fight to win, even if you're left all alone. Actually, sometimes alone can achieve more than the whole army, but the habit of thinking in clinches and relying on someone else's decisions is stiff initiative. Come to think of it, every great deed ever known was accomplished by a loosened or small group of heroes or villains. I guess you've convinced me. If my words help, that's good. If not, it's no matter. With a disrespect nod, the kobold bursts into laughter. That's a really funny coincidence. You actually do have a demon in your basement, and more than one. But how could I have known about the rift of yours? I never heard even a whisper about it, trust me. You hinted that there was a traitor in my inner circle, and in turn that Nura was a traitor. The kobold was so there was a spy amidst the top officers of the crusade. What a surprise. You know what, you've been really odd. If the demons hadn't sent our agent to kill you, and what if I told you the demons are going to try to kill you every time they see you, and that they are going to try to conquer Golarion? Are you going to suspect me for being in league of Bahamut and Scary now, just for starting the obvious? A worried aide reports the crime has been committed in the Citadel. A few days ago, the night patrol officer Ian Cole did not turn up for the guard duty, and a successful search for him ensued. It was then suggested that Claw had secretly left Dresden and deserted. The circumstances of his vanishing demand investigation. Buried in the rubble, a body was found at the walls of Dresden. The nature of the wounds leaves no doubt that it was stabbed by a man or by someone similar in appearance and built rather than mutilated by a demon. Examination of the corpse and the area has revealed that the Cole turned up to this crime site on his own violation. He then suffered a penetrating wound to the chest which made him unconscious before being finished off. The attempt at hiding the body seemed negligent. The interrogator concludes that the murder was in no hurry and mastered the appropriate skills, so must have said body be discovered intentionally.
without a doubt.
I don't know how I ended up here, but here I am.
A bright future awaits us. Call me again if you need to.
I will lend you my aid.
Quadritrium Turino.
Something over there.
I will help where I can. This was simple enough. This was simple enough.
Can't hide this from my eyes.
No reason to pause.
The thief stared you free. Wait while it float. What did you chase us here for? I'm just joking, I don't need anything from you.
To the glory of the Oles clan!
Make every strike count.
Call me again if you need to.
They better start running!
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
I will bring down the divine wrath!
The light take you!
They don't know how fragile they are!
Strike as one.
You won't survive me. Endure this!
Eternal Rose, I call upon you!
Into the fray!
Clawing time!
Attack!
Na, Aeon, Orma. Na, Aeon, Orma.
Make every strike count.
Go.
shall overcome.
Rely on me. This was simple enough. This was simple enough.
I will see this through.
I'm all ears.
Magritium Turinos.
Don't even try not answering me. If you fail me, you tricksy lump of rock, I swear on Pelura's backside, I'll crush you into rubble with my bare hands. This is a stone of voices. If there's no one left to speak, what use is it? I don't know. Anything but silence will do. Hear that? Show me up a second time, and there won't be a third. Right. Don't let me down.
This time the stone responds instantly, and not with a fine shimmer like last time, but with a blinding light. You can make out the winged figure of the radiant glow.
Yes! I knew it! I knew it! Not in words, but words are not needed here. It was a manifestation of my god. The first I've seen since I woke up in this mad world of yours. My god is alive, don't you see? And that means part of Sarkoris still lives as well. I have no idea, but I'll find out very soon. Well, are you coming with me? Let's go, you say. Let's...
Huh? Oh, yes, what?
The goddess protects us.
Always be ready for the worst.
Together we
I
stand.
stand ready.
Meditate on your mistakes. It might make you feel